And here it comes. Any second now. Come on, come on, come on. Do it! Awesome. And the next one requires... Oh my gosh. I technically have all the ingredients and all 4 power stats again. Oh man. Oh man, that one's gonna take a bit. That's your temple. It makes you feel invincible. Somehow it's bigger than your pyramids. Yeah, my gosh. I have to fill it with fish and trees and... Oh yeah, I finally have a use for trees now. Forests! It's gonna take me a while to saving up to buy one of these. 1,000 fish. Got that. 60,000 water. Let's try that one weakest stone. First of all. Maybe I can afford it. Holy crap. Maybe. Okay. 100,000 light. That's not so bad. Okay, what else? What else? 2,000... Let's see, 2,000 plants and 1,000 trees. So got that. 1,000 trees. Hey. What else did I need? 60,000 water and 1,000 fish. Well, the water I've mostly got already. I got the fish and, holy crap. It'll take a while. But holy crap! I get to have it. Unfortunately, I'm going to be out all day, so I'll just do this. I'll leave a couple thousand of them working on it. Yeah, I'll be home and punch this number up a little. There. Yeah, whatever. We'll do it to this. Then when I get home, I'll just pile like 40,000 more to finish it real quick. Yeah. As for the rest of you, power me up. Still got all the might skills I can up to. Ah, and you. 200 levels. Bam! Done. Look at you. Look at you. Okay, we should send you out again. Should I work on your multiplier? Should I try to gather pet stones? Should I maybe give another shot at items or power? I mean, I do keep the pet stones, definitely, but I also keep the multiplier. It won't be long before I get arrows. Increases the growth of the weakest pet who takes part. Is probably going to do a lot for the mouse later. Maybe I shouldn't bother doing the multiplier for now. I don't know. Not 100% clear on some of the rules because I haven't been able to run this yet and see exactly how it all works out. You know what? Could also use more spending money, I suppose. Let me send you off on a... We'll do a multiplier one. Have fun with that. Get your stat multiplier better. That'll make you more useful. Okay. Golems, that'll gather me more divinity. Looks like I already got the stone all the way up. Whoops, no, didn't mean that. I meant make. Wouldn't take long on light. So much to do. But by buying, I'm able to get to some of this stuff a lot easier. So I think I'll probably just leave you running on humans while I'm away at work. That'll end up having you make animals, and actually I have all the other supplies, so let's end up making animals and humans. Okay. So, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay then, as I said, until next time and every time, this is Hadrig signing off. Bye. Just snatching my results. 5% to all pet rebirth multipliers. There we go. What else am I going to do with it? I can't find food. It said so. It said it's really bad at that. So, multiply, multiply, multiply. I'm going to take a shot at this, but it's just going to miss again. I'm going to take a shot at... I'm just going to keep doing this. Oh, wait a sec. Here, have some food. Actually, you're actually boosted by that, huh? Neat. Okay, do it again. Only this time more so. Take it to the limit. Take it to the limit. Well, anyway. Slowly. We gather more of these. We build up our rebirth power. More on the dollar hands. Jeez. Okay then. Okay, so I just about got everything in place here. And oh wow. Black holes sucks in all the power in whole galaxies just to make you stronger. Now, is that what black holes do? We got to put a stop to those. Has a 25% chance to generate 1 god power every hour. Holy shit, I need one of these now. I need 10 of these. I need 100 of these. Online only and maxed out 1 GP per hour with 4 black holes. Okay. I need 25 galaxies. Yeah, okay, that doesn't surprise me. And whoa! 4 stats times 1 plus 100,000 weakest? No, sorry, 100 weakest. Oh. Build time. 3,420 days. And another 18 hours, 45 minutes, and 55... Yeah, wow, okay. For 1,000 clones. Where do I get my galaxies? Remind me. Where are those on the... It's not that far off. We'll be right on. We'll get right on that. I just have to finish learning how to make forests and then the villages, and yeah, we'll be to galaxies in no time. Okay, fine. How are you doing over here? Neat. 6%. Now you look a little hungry. Here. That'll fill your belly. Fill you up. More powerful than ever before, eh? Hey. Okay. So. Right. So I am saving up my lucky draws right now till my next rebirth, which will be... Oh my gosh. I will probably finish the story from what I'm hearing. I'll be fully done with the story as much as is written very soonish. Possibly before I even rebirth again. I don't know. I'm pretty powerful. How many of these guys do you think I can take? Well, I can't take Poseidon because his hit points are super. These power levels, the greatest thing ever. Every idle game should have a ridiculous set of things for their Okay. So I'm making this my goal. I can't rebirth till I bring this guy down. King of the sea and Lord of the sea gods. Also god of something you don't need to know? Poseidon, what are you into? You're into something naughty, aren't you? Just know that you can create oceans after beating him. Oceans of what? The tears of all the ladies that he has shunned with his cold indifference? I don't know. Something I don't need to know. Maybe I should look up Poseidon and see if there's more to him than I know. I expect that kind of behavior out of Zeus, not you! Anyway. Okay then. So, I have a bit of stuff I need to do, but I'll be able to pop in and continue with our story when I start recording again. Okay, to the glowing apes, because I gotta hurry up and beat the next thing. Otherwise, I'm about to run out of things to make. I'll have everything all topped off. We gotta defeat Eros. Probably by the time I'm done reading this. Let me make sure. Yeah, I've got plenty of water. Okay, just checking. The glowing apes. And I'm feeling super! What, Frankie for One Piece? Okay, it's more like and then have a big star, which I don't have. May, year 9045, planet reality. After arriving at my monument's planet, I went to my other monument and inspected the progress my clones had made while I was away. They had finished a total of 47 mighty statues. Holy shit, I've never had that many. But due to a few mistakes made in the process, only 32 were effective statues. The 15 defective statues out of 47 were useless as they did not increase my power at all. I had to order my clones to destroy all 15 useless ones in order to rebuild them. You know, if making them bigger gives you more power, and you end up just making one and then making an even bigger one and then making an even bigger one, why not just make them the first one, like, as big as you're going to make it and be done? My clones had also built a few more mystic gardens, but no tomb of gods nor everlasting lighthouses because I did not leave them sufficient resources to build them. You mean you didn't leave enough dead bodies for them to build them? Now with my mountain on board... Oh, you mean all the rocks you bought? I let my clones carry it down to the surface to build my next monument, the godly statue. With the mountain, the task was much easier than before. Wait, are you able to transport mountains inside your thing? That's one big spaceship. The mountain structure was much more stable compared with building it only with individual stones, but you made your mountain out of individual stones, didn't you? The mountain was also big enough that my clones simply sculpted the entire statue. Wait a minute, did your clones carry the mountain? I have so many questions about this operation. They made mistakes once in a while and had to patch it up with water and stones. But 2 weeks later, it ended with a success. It wasn't just similar to my other monuments, it was better. I I could actually feel my power surge. Water and stones. You mean cement? You used cement to patch it? The fact that the surge was not only for a particular area of my power made it even better. Every aspect ranging from my destructive power, stamina, regenerative power, even my creation power, it did increase. I felt several times stronger than ever before. However, it used up most of my resources. Well, it's a good thing it boosted your creation and your ability to harvest divinity. So it was not possible to build another. This especially applied when additional monuments of the same kind had to be much bigger than the previous ones to take effect, which scaled up the costs quite a lot. Before heading back to reality, I ordered my clones to build a few more of the mighty statues and mystic gardens as they were cheaper to build, which is a thing I never do. I suppose I'll get started on that sooner or later. Once back on reality, I searched for the biggest forest I could find to hunt for signs of Artemis. As usual, I summoned my clones at once and let them scout the area, or rather the forest, and picked a fight with something random instead. After waiting for 2 hours, I didn't hear anything from my clones. You sent them after the goddess of the hunt. They're running around the forest where she hunts. What do you think she did? Come on now. It's not rocket science, which you excel at because you repaired your rocket ship and are flying around in it all the time, and even figured out an alternate power source. Nor did any of my clones come back. Aren't you supposed to gain their knowledge when they die? Whatever. I didn't even know what happened to them, as I wasn't able to communicate with any of them. I couldn't even feel them anymore. I suspected they were all killed. The forest was so big and dense that it was not possible to see far into it from the outside at all. Even from above in the air, I could only see treetops. Each tree looked bigger than the previous. It also didn't help that everything was green. Aw, she doesn't use purple trees. Actually, the chokecherry trees around here have purple leaves. True fact, they're used decoratively around our schools and things. The trees simply looked like a huge green barrier from above. The only thing missing here was the ability of the trees to move. Ants! This would be the time to fight ants, or to spread their branches to attack outsiders like in a typical horror movie, or when you fought, the tree lady from before. She used the branches to attack you. Also, is it typical in horror movies for trees to attack people? I mean, I'm sure it happens in some horror movies, but is it really typical of them? Usually you get eaten by zombies or something, at least in the ones I've seen. I reckon the real attackers who killed all my clones had to be residing underneath that canopy of green. Once again, I decided to summon my clones, only this time not as many as I did before. This way I could concentrate and stay connected to their minds while waiting outside the forest. Good job. For once, you're not walking into it. You're not running into a desert with no food and water. You're not running into a tomb. You're actually scouting and thinking. You are getting better. Although I'd improved my concentration and sensitized my feelings of the surroundings a whole lot while I fought Sabile previously, it was hard to feel movements inside the forest. The numerous trees blocked out most of my clairvoyance ability, and I was only able to sense the movements of my clones a little, and only when they were not too far into the forest. Even this small feat was only achievable when I focused extremely on a few clones. This was both exhausting and a difficult task to accomplish, and I'm too lazy. Additionally, I still prefer to stay out of the forest because of the unknown dangers that could have awaited inside me. I finally didn't wish to take unnecessary risks, despite the giant super-ultra statue multiplying me in every way by like a ton. Suddenly, I felt my first clone being taken down. I sensed that a human-like creature attacked it from nowhere, killed it, then disappeared. They looked similar to humans, but they have a lot of hair and a tail, so I imagined them to be better described as apes. They had been hiding in the forest and seemingly good at striking weak points. The trees matched their presence quite well, and my clones could not detect them at all. Usually, my clones could sense any movement in the air or feel the body warmth of others. But that was impossible in this darn forest! After every initial attack, they could not go back to hiding, but fought at full power until a clone was defeated. Only then they went back to hiding again. That forest must be a very strange place if you can't sense body heat anymore. I guess all the foliage is, what would make it impossible to sense body heat? I guess it's all been coated in fire paste? That might do it. Maybe. After all my clones were killed from the apes, I decided to change my strategy. The forest was really dense and disrupted the fighting abilities of my clones a lot. I came to the conclusion that the forest simply had to be gone. Burning the forest down with my aura balls had to be much faster than searching the whole forest. Well, I can't fault your logic. Pull out the Agent Orange. Just wipe the forests out. Smokey is going to be pissed at you, you psychopath. I need a new word. Psychopath doesn't do you justice. Just burn down the forests. Back in my own universe, I would have never done something like this. Are you sure? I don't believe you. Trees and forests had been really rare before all the planets were destroyed. Before all the planets were destroyed? All the planets. I should go back and check the number of humans in your universe. I should actually go back and check the number of humans in your universe. Hold on. 1.3 million. 1.3 million. Come on, get me down there. It was the main reason why everything died. That the planets were destroyed, or that the forests were rare? I think the planets being destroyed might be the reason why people were dying. I certainly didn't want to be the same as the covetous, miserly money grubbers back then. I don't even know where to begin with this. I don't think you understand what happened to your dimension. I don't think you understand whatever it was that happened to your dimension. Something crazy happened there. Planet annihilating crazy. I don't think it had much to do with trees. Okay? We can plant trees. We know how to grow trees. You could just have planets that were forest preserves. Forest preserves are a thing, but this isn't even... No, this isn't where to begin with this. You know, you can make a space station. You can get it turning, and you create... It's not really gravity, but it's good enough, okay? You can make artificial gravity. You can grow all the plants you want in such a space station and live in it. You don't even need planets. As long as you have stars, you're okay. You can collect the solar energy. I don't know what crazy thing was going on in your universe. The planets were popping left and right and everyone was dying. But I don't I don't think you have a thorough grasp of what it was that happened. Crap, already? Already? Well, now we're creating trees for no reason. Oh well. There's nothing to create at the moment. I suppose what I could do is I could throw some of them to the succubuses. Things aren't running so well. Alright, let's move on. That thought did make me wonder if I truly turned into the bad guy in this universe. Ya think? I had fought a lot, killed innumerable monsters. Were the rabbits really monsters? What was so monstrous about the rabbits? I mean, aside from their speed. They were fast rabbits. That made them monsters? Challenged gods and disrupted their daily life. Maybe in the perspective of the other gods, I was the bad guy. Maybe from the perspective of the rabbits, you're the bad guy. Or the orcs. Or anybody else for that matter. Especially the trees. The forest definitely is going to consider you the bad guy. Although it was not possible to compare this universe to much of to my own, it was very different. This universe was also boring. Okay, everything's excused. Continue your murderous rampage. Wouldn't want you to be bored. Other than the few gods I had met, there's basically no other life form I was able to talk or communicate with me. Well, what about the orcs? Or the turtles? Did you try to talk to them? I don't think you tried to talk to them. There's no form of entertainment or any technology. Well, you have a hyperspace device. Are you telling me nobody recorded any music or anything? No old movies? No backup copy of the internet like the Wayback Machine? Just none of it? The only technology available was a space dimension device I had arrived in. It was really big with a lot of technology and various different forms of entertainment on. But there you go. Still, it was no fun all alone. Then invite your new friends. You don't have to beat the shit out of all of them either. You can just be like, hey, how you doing? You like fish? That's great. Why don't you come take looks at these books I have of fish from my dimension you might not have heard of? Oh, hey, Mr. Light Buddy, Hyperion. Would you like to hang too? The other gods did not really accept me as one of their own and ignored me most of the time. I could have forced the gods I'd beaten to do something for me. That was not the kind of entertainment I wanted. Yeah, they're not very entertaining when you force them to do blood sports because the power levels between them are so disparate. There's no thrill. You know who's going to win every fight. No, that's no good at all. This could have even led into a war with the gods. Isn't that what this is? Isn't that the name of this game? But I was sure that there was still a lot of gods who were stronger than me. At that time, there was no way I could have survived in an all-out war. I was able to create humans who could have done something similar to Izanagi, teach them stuff and rule over them. However, I had bigger goals in sight. For a start, I wanted to make my own planet, then make all the creations, even the strongest gods could make on my own. I also wanted to be the strongest of them all. Creating my own universe also sounded nice, although I wondered if that was an impossible goal. No! I shrugged this doubt off my mind. One should always aim high, and nothing seemed impossible to me. I'd already learned so much and could do things I'd have never imagined when I first arrived at the universe. Back to my fight with Artemis. In this universe, I figured the gods were able to create about anything within a short span, so I reckon that even burning down this entire forest would not be a big issue, other than angering Artemis quite a bit. What about the monkeys? The apes? No big issue? The pollution? No? Just no. You just don't care. Boy, you sound like the Fae in. Well, actually, I should not start plugging my own writings, that especially since they're unpublished. But yeah, the backstory of the world I set my first couple of novels in. The Fae could create trees and life. That's why they were so incredibly callously disregarding lives. Lives meant nothing to them. They could just kill anything. It didn't matter. They can make more trees. Whatever. It's like they did not care for nature. They did not protect nature. I think that's kind of what you've become. I think I can actually kind of understand your mentality from that perspective, if I think of you as an evil fae. Nonetheless, I decided to live with the consequences by going ahead and risking it all. I planned to make up to Artemis for that action after the fight. Once I made up my mind, I started surrounding the entire fort with shadow clones, ready to fire my Armageddon of aura balls. The forest caught fire easily after the first and last wave of aura balls. Before they were able to fire a second wave, the apes stormed out of the forest. They were angry. Really angry. No kidding. I wonder why. When they were all outside, all of them suddenly released a humongous aura. Their aura also seemed to be much, much stronger than my own. The aura effect also made their hair glow blonde and themselves shiny. The least of my problems, with all the auras combined in such a small place, shook the entire area. Now their presence really appeared overwhelming. Previously I thought, though, while they might be strong within the forest, but not much stronger than my clones, I was sure my clones would have beaten them in time, perhaps with a bit more training. Now I felt completely different. I was sure that they would crush my clones like bugs. Even I would have probably lost a fight against just one ape. Here there were thousands of them. Just when I was about to retreat, the apes created big streams of energy with their hands and fired at my clones. All of them were decimated almost instantly. I teleported away as fast as I could, but the reach of their energy streams was undeniably too far. It easily hit me. By the time I noticed my damage, half my body was already charred and vaporized. It happened so quickly that I did not even feel the pain. When I saw my body's condition, I was sure to die within a few seconds. I had to act fast and rebirth now, so I concentrated all the power I had left into my new body. Luckily, the apes did not follow me. They must have probably gone back to extinguish the flames of their home. You deserve this. This was the first time I ever saw a monster transforming to become much stronger. Not even a god was able to do that the way the apes did. It also made me notice how my own aura was still lacking. My own aura was really useful and helped a lot, but did not increase my power by that much. Still, it was really lucky to be able to rebirth fast enough. I would have been gone for good by perhaps even a second later. It also shuddered me to think the ape's energy stream could have hit me. It also shuddered me to think that the ape's energy stream could have hit my head instead. But there was no time to worry, because after rebirthing, the whole planet was very dangerous to me. I went back to my space dimension device as quickly as I could, and was able to do so without running into any other gods or monsters. You really should consider going back to Zeppelin once in a while and rebirthing, just to power yourself up. Once back at my entertaining home, I went back to Zeppelin to fight Hyperion once more. I'd already rebirthed a few times, so I knew exactly what to do and fought one god after another without trouble. That is, until I reached Izanagi. Even if they did not recognize me at all, most of them did not try to fight me and just gave up after feeling the power difference between me and them. When I asked one god if they could remember anything about me in my previous life, or even another god who challenged them, he replied that he doesn't know what I'm talking about. I had previously thought that rebirthing would make me stronger than my previous life, but the fight with Izanagi was beginning to feel really arduous. It did not feel like I was any stronger than the last time. I let my clones fight and train, not as much as previous yet, but compared to the last rebirth before this one, did not feel like I received any power boost through this rebirth. After the fight with Izanagi, I decided to revisit my monument planet. That is when I found something even more horrifying. All the monuments I had built in my previous life were completely gone. There was absolutely no trace left. Oh, not even gravel? All the stones and the other creations I had painfully brought to this planet were not there anymore. It seemed that my previous being did not even exist before. It was like all my fights never happened before, and I had never built any monuments in the first place. Thankfully, I still had the original memories and knew for sure that I had existed, and all these were not a dream. This raises several questions. First, the humans that you make will cease to have ever existed? That's pretty horrific. Second, even if you do find some time rift trickery to bring humanity bring back John Doe and everybody else, that might get undone every time too, probably would, which the stability of their existence raises all kinds of questions about existence, but let's just discard those for a second. Oh, existential. Okay, do you understand what your own rebirth exactly is? You said you make a shadow clone of yourself and transfer your soul into it using light, which is, I don't know, kind of odd. But, is that what's really going on, or is that just what you think is going on? Perhaps something altogether different is happening. What if you're entering a new dimension every time? I mean, we've established that dimensions exist. Your spaceship's a dimension-traveling device, at least theoretically. You should really experiment with that a little. Maybe you could start pitching shadow clones into other dimensions or something. Scout around. Who knows what you'll find. With the monuments gone, it dawned on me why I had such a hard time fighting Izanagi. Last time when I fought him, I already had some monuments to give me a power boost, whereas I had none of the monuments built this time. That meant in reality I'd actually become a lot stronger than before, because the power I had now without monuments was comparable to the power I had in my previous life with the monument boosts. This might just be the boost I needed for my clones to be able to defeat those apes in their aura form. Leave the poor apes alone! What did they do to you? You intruded in their land, you know, and then set it on fire. While I was sad to know that my old monuments were lost, I was also happy and excited about building them again and to feel that power surge to me again. Sadly, the measuring tool I got from Nephthys the last time did not work anymore. Huh. Just broke, huh? But you still have the measuring tool. The monument ceased to exist. You created a new body, but you still have the measuring tool. So it's only things that you create that disappear. And the things that you bought from other gods, because you bought from other gods materials to build the monuments, and those materials disappeared too. What the hell does that mean? But you have the tool, which you got from a god, and that didn't cease to exist. What the hell is going on here? Okay, let's continue. So it's not possible to use my divinity to buy stones for my monuments just yet. I also lost all the divinity I had in my previous life, which meant my clones had to fight more monsters, necessary for strengthening myself anyway. So I did not feel strong enough to beat Nephthys without any monuments. I decided to create enough stones for a few mighty statues and at least one mystic garden for myself before I made my way to fight her again. I also noticed that my other basic powers and memories, there was something else I still kept from my last life. After defeating the gods the first time, I always felt like a part of their power went over to me. It was similar to the divinity my clones got from monsters, but something much bigger and more powerful. Unfortunately, I'd only felt that the first time I defeated each god, but not anymore after I defeated them again in the new life. Until that time, I was not able to find any use for it, but I felt that, unlike divinity, I could use it in some way to boost my own power. Because I received it from other gods, I decided to call it God Power. While my clones were building my new monuments, I tried different ways to harness this power. A few weeks passed, and I was still unable to figure out the God Power. I figured it out quite a while back. It was at that time that I simply wanted to create the stones, water, plants, or anything else required faster than before, so my clones could finish the monument sooner. I did not want to waste any more time than required, so I just opened my mouth and ate this God Power. It did not taste like anything, but it felt warm. In fact, my whole body felt warm as a result from eating it. I do believe you have just committed your first act of cannibalism. It's as good a theory as anything else as to what the hell's going on here, okay? With my concentration, I began to wish for things to be created faster, and it really helped. I was actually able to create my next stone slightly faster. The improvement was not much, barely noticeable to be honest, but it was there. I was not totally sure if the God Power was the cause, but I had created thousands of stones before, and the speed of creating them was pretty much the same every time. Well, actually, I had some of the stones from my asteroid friends, but I still had to call them one at a time, and the whole procedure took some time. To make sure the God Power I just ate was the reason for it, I ate another one. It turned out to be true. My speed of creating things really improved by a bit. Light, stone, soil, air, water, even shadow clones. This seemed really useful, so I ate all my other God Power at once. While eating them, my speed to create things turned out to be 40% faster than before. I was assuming you were just sliding. You'd have had to have 40 points to pull that off if you had bought the creating speed. Then it'd have been a 35. Unless you ate 12 and then did it like that, I guess. I don't know. Too bad. Yep, that was 12. Got it. That's what you did. Too bad I only had 12 of them. Perhaps I ate them too hastily. They were not easy to get. Nevertheless, I had a feeling that I was just at the beginning of my journey, and there was surely other ways to get more of them. For the time being, creating everything 40% faster was a big help. Did the other gods suddenly recognize you as one of their own now? You said you were having problems with that. The revenge. Yes, the apes do deserve to get revenge on you for the horrible things you've done to them. Somehow I don't think it'll be the apes who get their righteous vengeance. Shortly after the first monuments were finished, I went back to reality to defeat the Sibyl again. With a similar strategy to before, I was able to win the fight again, only much faster. The improving of my creation speed undoubtedly helped me with my first mountain. Then I approached the forest with the apes again. Only this time I was a bit more careful to keep my distance. The forest was surrounded by only plains, so there were no decent hiding place outside of it. Then I got the idea to create a new mountain, and so my own hiding place. I created about 2 kilometers away from the forest. Funny story about mountains in the Dragon Ball universe. Master Roshi made one explode. It was the first time we saw the Kamehameha wave. He blew a mountain away with it. It took 30 years to learn the Kamehameha wave? Goku just does monkey see, monkey do, and does one. Blows up a car. I'm throwing around spoilers for a show, but if you haven't seen Dragon Ball by now, I mean, come on. Anyway. Thereafter, I hid on top of the mountain, where I could still see the... It's not going to help you. You could hide behind the mountain. It's not going to help you. I could see the forest and started sending my clones to the front again. Unquestionably, I wanted to test the strengths of my clones to see how much they'd improved since the last match, so I commanded them to fire all their aura balls to burn the forest again. Shouldn't you practice with your aura first? Just as expected, the apes glowed again and fired their energy stream away. This time, my clones were prepared and fired their own aura balls to counter the streams, but sadly failed. The aura balls were only able to block the streams for a split second, while the streams were long-lasting disintegration, disintegrating the aura balls briskly after the initial impact. This was not as I'd hoped, but nevertheless anticipated, and my clones were prepared for that. Most were able to disengage, fly away, and dodge the streams in time. The energy streams were surely powerful and could easily kill my clones, but it was in a straight line. Through my observations from afar, while the apes could change the direction of the streams, it was not that hard to predict and dodge them. It also took some time to prepare the streams, which created a window of opportunity for my clones to shorten the distance to fight the apes in close combat. The aura streams was a long-range attack, so the apes could not use it in close combat. This rendered the attack useless after my clones were close enough. Or they could use it to throw themselves, to propel themselves away. A long-range attack that can also move you away from your enemy can have its uses. Even so, it still was not easy to fight the apes. The aura streams were not their only attack, as they were also really strong physically, stronger than any of my clones. It took them only a few minutes to take out all the clones I'd sent to fight them. Luckily, none of the apes noticed me at all, as I was still 2 kilometers away. Weirdo, hide in your spaceship and observe from space. And hope that none of them blow your spaceship up, because holy shit, they could do that. Master Roshi also blew up the moon once, in the middle of a fight, and then continued fighting. Yeah. I'm assuming that the apes are comparable to... I mean, come on. They have to be way more powerful than Master Roshi, but I think maybe they're not. I think maybe they're not Dragon Ball Z level at all, actually. I think they're way below it, actually. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, you're not of that power level at all, are you? Luckily, none of the apes noticed me. Yep. My very own mountain. The apes quickly went back to their forest to extinguish the fire after the fight. It took them about half an hour before they disappeared in the forest again. You know, I'd say something about them not noticing this giant brand new mountain that appeared like just before the fire started and maybe putting 2 and 2 together, but they are apes, so maybe that is a bit of a leap of logic for their poor monkey brains. I watched them closely. Yes, you can scream. Monkeys and apes, not the same thing. I know. I just don't care! I watched them closely the whole time while taking down some important notes. After working out a new strategy, I sent my clones out again! This time, my goal was not only to let them win against the apes, but also to learn the way I could transform using a similar aura. I was thinking, improving my own aura to the extent to be as effective as theirs will surely boost my own power substantially. Times 2, actually. Canonically in Dragon Ball as well as in this game. So I set up a few thousand clones further away, making sure that the apes have no way to notice them, having them constantly improve their aura, while my other clones fought the apes. In this way, my clones' auras improved by a little bit every time the apes killed my clones. 2 weeks later, my gosh, 2 weeks of setting their forest on fire and attacking them. Is there any forest left? My clones were finally able to defeat some of the apes. My own aura was nowhere near as strong as those. My clones were almost only able to win because their base power was higher than that of the apes. I wanted to keep up this for a few more weeks, but that plan was soon crushed. Artemis herself showed up and killed all my clones, with just the act of appearing. Unfortunately for me, she was not as foolish as the apes who simply went back after each battle. She actually investigated the cause of the clone's appearance. Did not take her long to trace it back to me. That mountain wasn't there last time I was here. Artemis walked towards me, slowly. And was that a smile on her face? After what I did to her first, I was expecting her to be angry. Oh, that's a smile of anger, all right. But there she was, smiling as if nothing had happened, and kept coming closer. Initially, too, I started walking towards her, wanting to greet her, but stopped almost immediately when I got this ominous feeling. Her smile was not a happy nor nice one. It was alluring and somehow creepy. If you're close enough to see the expression on her face, you're too close. It was as if she did not only want a conversation with me. She wanted to trap me in her fangs and catch me like a prey. She did appear totally confident in her own powers, like she would never lose to me. I would not pose a threat nor even be able to escape from her. My body suddenly reacted by itself and took a few steps back. Before I knew it, I was completely surrounded by a big forest. This caught me by surprise. Only minutes earlier, there wasn't a single tree there. And, just like tentacles, the branches of the tree shot towards me and tried to catch me. You've got a mountain, and you can burrow into the ground. Go underground. Shoot. Play the part of the Zerg. I'll just burrow around underground. I'm a tremor. No, wait, sorry. Tremors, what were they called? What were they called? I don't remember what the big worms were called in Tremors. Nerd lore fail. I rolled a 1 on my nerd knowledge check. Now the internet is going to have to tie me to a stake and set me on fire. Luckily for me, and unknowing to her, going back or forth was not my only option. I was able to react fast enough by teleporting into the air like a missile. Or I could go up. Maybe it's better that way. Underground, you might be attacked by roots. She looked only slightly confused initially, but quickly responded by being in the air only a couple of seconds later. She was just a few meters away from me and almost caught me. I was able to quickly dodge her attack, but certainly did not expect her to create 7 trees in midair at the same time. What? Midair trees? While these trees could not fly and gravity pulled them back to the ground, it did not stop them from shooting their branches after me to take me down with them. I managed to dodge most of them, but one of them did catch my foot and dragged me along with the tree it belonged to. Really? Really? You should be able to pick up a tree and fly with it by now. You should be like, it's hanging off my ankle. Well, that doesn't slow me at all. Come on. You were moving around in 50 times gravity like for the second god you fought. What is this? A tree? Really? Back on the ground, there are already thousands of branches waiting to catch me and bind me to the ground. Falling down and letting them catch me would have spelled the end of me, but I wasn't that weak and easily pulled down. While the tree initially surprised me a bit and dragged me down a few meters, it was relatively easy to stay afloat, and there you go. I started to fly upwards again, even with the tree tangling my foot. The tree was quite big and probably weighed a ton, but that was not anything I could not carry. Although the weight was not much of a problem to me, it was a bit bothersome, so I shot an aura ball to free myself from it. With all that fighting against the trees, I somehow lost sight of Artemis, which was a bigger problem because now she's putting an arrow up your butt. Then the skies became dark suddenly, and I looked upwards. I thought I must have seen it wrongly at first. There was a mountain falling from the skies. A mountain! Oh, great. Artemis is not like your previous opponents. She has apparently beaten all the lesser ones and learned all of their abilities. better than you, because you cannot make a mountain appear. How the hell could a mountain just appear in midair? It probably was only a few seconds left until the impact. I was sure I would not have survived a mountain falling on top of my head. Rebirth again. A few hundred meters in front of me, I noticed Artemis floating in midair with an evil laugh. The whole ground was surrounded with the forest. Their branches were ready to attack and bind me on all sides. And then a thought came to me. Possibly stupid. Would my reflection barrier reflect the mountain? Did it already hit you in the head? Are you delirious? Sure, why not try? There's not much choice, so I just created one. I had previously trained the skill quite a lot, so I could create one fast enough. However, knowing that holding it myself or leaving it alone would have probably crushed me on impact, I did not hesitate to fire a few aura balls as fast as I could. Together with my barrier, I launched the duo against the mountain with a high speed, while I teleported myself to the opposite direction as fast as possible. The tree still blocked me on my teleportation path, so I shot a few aura balls in front of me to open up the way. A few seconds afterwards, I felt the impact shockwaves of that mountain. Although I was able to escape the mountain itself, the impact's tremendously powerful shockwaves threw me a few kilometers away. You didn't just dive straight into the ground? I thought you were going straight down to just dive into the ground under the trees. What did you do? That's what I thought was happening. You launched the duo against the mountain, but the mountain is straight up falling on you. You teleport in the opposite direction, so that's straight down. The trees block you, that's correct, because the trees are underneath you. You're going straight down. And then a few seconds afterward, you felt the impact shockwaves? I don't quite follow this action. I thought you were just diving into the ground, really. Okay, I guess that you went down to the forest and then kind of swooped along and threw aura balls and flew through the forest to get out of where it would crash, and then it launched you kilometers, I guess. I think that's what happened, if I'm following this action correctly. The shockwave shook me quite a bit, even though my aura was able to protect me from the impact's worst damages. This thankfully left me with only small, insignificant injuries. While I looked behind me, there were still trees, stones, and other objects flying towards me from the impact. What happened with the reflection barrier? I could easily block them, so it did not cause much of a problem. On the other hand, they did block most of my view. It took me quite a while before I was able to see the damages it did. And of course, more importantly, I asked myself, where's Artemis? Probably firing an arrow up your butt right now. I knew that my reflection barrier caused the mountain to go slightly off course from where I was to where Artemis was floating. Ha! She probably did not expect that move and might have been hit. So I searched for bad mistake. No bad. Bad. No. This is like an Ong band, where you see a monster that's from 20 levels deeper than you are right now. You say, teleport, word of recall. Just get away. Just go. Or you stupidly try to sneak around and stealth and like it's sleeping, I can steal its treasure, and then do that. You do not go towards the fully awake thing and go, oh, no, that's how you get killed. I thought you were getting smarter. Was she unharmed and has started another attack on me already? Or did you get hit and perhaps even having died from the impact? Half an hour passed. I did not notice any further attacks from Artemis. Neither have I found her yet. The chances were high that she was at least hurt and unable to attack me anymore. The view also started to clear up. Wow, half an hour before it cleared up. Now I was able to see the whole area a bit better. You know what'll be really cool? When you figure out that attack and then you combine it with the fire and make it volcanoes. Because throwing a volcano on someone would be amazing. The mountain has caused quite a huge crater. Your tense is... Everything else was past tense. Sorry. Tenses are a thing I had major problems with in my own writing at one point in time. And any writer can tell you when they've fixed their own problems, they become sensitive to it. So whenever you see it anywhere, it just immediately goes, oh shit, mistake, need to fix. Except in this case, it's not my own writing, which, yeah, even when you're reading other people's writings, it's still there. Alarm bells going off. Anyway. And there was not much left of the forest. Maybe Artemis overestimated herself quite a fair bit. I mean, creating a mountain in midair and letting it fall down only a few meters from her. That sounded almost suicidal to me. Unless she had some way to block the mountain from falling on her. On the other hand, she probably would have started to attack me again if she had a good countermeasure. With all the dust, broken trees, and stones lying around the area, it was really hard to find someone as small as a god like Artemis. Can't you sense her? That was if I had to search for her by myself. I quickly summoned a lot of clones and let them search through the entire area. It took them almost an hour before they finally found her. She was lying, unconscious, between a dozen of broken trees. A dozen of broken trees. Which must have protected her from the worst. She was still alive, breathing, did not lose any limbs or too much blood, and isn't buried, apparently, under a mountain. Although it seemed like she had broken a few bones. Well, I guess it's okay to sit on her until she wakes up then. She won't be in a position to fight all that well. I was not sure what to expect. Isn't it weird that forest is above mountain? I'm sorry, I don't know why that just struck me all of a sudden, but a mountain should be harder to make than a forest. Unless it's a really big forest. I'm not sure what to expect when she would wake up again, so after tending her wounds, I bound her on a mountain to prevent her from attacking me again after regaining consciousness. How did you bound her on a mountain? You just took some twine and tied her to the mountain peak? There you go! You're bound to the mountain! No attacking me now! Did you put her under the mountain? Like, okay, I'm putting this mountain on top of you. There, you won't be able to move now. What did you do? I'm gonna just assume some weird god power involving sealing or something. Sealing's a good word for dealing with demons and angels and things. I sealed it. Nobody asks questions. It's just like, okay, it's been sealed. Sure, given her broken bones, severely being weakened, it would have been hard for her to attack me again. She appeared to be really deceitful. She appeared to be deceitful? Okay. Might have used every chance to do so. Better be safe than sorry. I waited for another hour before she regained consciousness. She smiled again as if nothing had happened. She tried to convince me to free her with some sweet talk. Agreed to it if she would tell me where I could find the next stronger god and his or her name. She told me it was Eros. She described it as a creepy bugger. I was talking about love and passion. He went after her once and she tried to fight him off, but lost because of his malicious behavior. Okay, malicious behavior makes you stronger. What qualifies as malicious behavior? I think everything that I've done qualifies as malicious behavior. Setting a forest on fire is malicious behavior. Oh, that's why I beat her. She has a weakness to that sort of thing. I set forests on fire. There we go. Case closed. I was not sure if I should believe her description of him, but at least his name and the direction sounded true. I saw her fighting style and feared her to attack me while teaching me if I would have asked her to do so. So I did not do it. I was already able to create trees, which can be combined into a forest. The ability to create mountains was nothing new to me. I decided it was not worth the risk to stay with her any longer and went away. I did not free her myself, but left a shadow clone to unbind her after I was out of range, going onwards to my next target, Eros. Hey! I am absolutely terrified of this woman, who's got broken bones and everything else, and I've actually beaten. I'm going to go straight towards somebody who's more powerful. I thought you were getting smarter. I think you're getting dumber. I think you should go back to your monument world. And then I think you should, train a lot. Rebirth. And train a lot again. Then you can go pick another fight with her and see if she has any secrets to teach you. And okay. Now it is time. Yeah, I'm really going for the whole maximize the next rebirth thing, get everything to the next level and all that. Get the achievements, as many as I can. No, it's probably not optimal, but you know, I have story to read. When I run out of story, I'm going to play the game differently. But woo! Only need one more. One more. Okay, now I can go over to build and be like create. I'll like make villages. 5,000 stone, 5,000 plants, 200 humans, a river and a forest. Well, I got the rivers, I got the forest. How many do I need of these? 90? Oh, okay. Let's see. Well, I definitely got the rivers and forests. 200 humans. No, I don't quite have that. So let me see. If I need 90 of them, I'm going to need, crap. That's a lot. If you created a few too many humans, you might as well put them together. Let me see. 200 times 90 is 2,000. 9. It's 18,000. Yep. I did the math several times in my head and kept coming to... Surely I did the math wrong. Surely it can't be that many. Surely it can't be that many. I can't afford that many. I must be mistaken. It can't be. Oh, so expensive. So expensive. This guy just does not want to do business with me. I mean, I can hardly blame him. I don't know why any of them want to do business with me the way I act. Anyway, let me see. Stones and plants. Psh. 5,000 plants. Okay, actually, maybe I should buy some plants. Maybe I should buy some more plants. I could set it to auto buy. There's a 20% price thing on that. Oh my gosh, could I even buy one? I could buy one village if I wanted to. Okay, well, I have an absurd amount of resources I can pour into monuments, but I don't quite need them yet. I don't quite need them just yet. Here you go. Maybe that'll help me. No, it doesn't look like I'm killing them. Pooh. I need more divinity. Alright. Well... Oh, no! That's the line! Next time will be the end of the story. Oh... I guess I'll just have to start making it up myself. Do I have to put villages together to make towns? No, wait, I bet it's one village grows into a town. Fertility, love, beauty, sex, war. She knows how to create bigger villages. You can upgrade your monument. Oh. You know what? Let's go wild. Since we've reached the end of the story, even though I haven't read it yet, I can just do this. Whap! Ha 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 ha. I can now upgrade my monuments. What does that mean? What does that do? Okay. Speed up. Yes, please. Awesome. Thank you so much. Nom nom. Oh my gosh. I don't get the story when I finally trounce Poseidon. Doggone it. That jerk. Wow. Stalemate. I could unleash might, but it's not going to be enough. Somebody suggested doing saving and loading right before if it's not enough, but that's just cheatery. Save scumming. Oh. Defends my delicate sensibility upgrade. Adding a mountain or two might help to make it look more grand. 10 mountains. The mighty statue multiplier now ×1 rebirth. Well. Rebirth multipliers, eh? Now, isn't that interesting? I need a weather. I need to make a weather. Okay. I need to make a continent. Okay. A nation. An ocean. A village. Oh, there's something I can do finally. So, mountains, forests, and villages. Get prayers to your tomb? Oh, I thought the village was just it would be their graveyard. Now, kind of makes sense to me, I guess. But okay, I guess they pray to the tomb. Not to you, to the tomb. Yeah, that sounds legit. Yeah, sure. Okay, yeah, alright. I need my clones. Ugh, why are you running so shittily? Look, I need, a lot, okay? A lot. I'll give them back later. Hold on, we gotta, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, the rebirth is small, but how does it work? I need more mountains. How does it work exactly? This gives me a rebirth bonus. Does that per statue? If I build more statues, does the rebirth bonus get better? Okay. Interesting. This is huge. This is an enormous bonus. And I can do that for at least these 3. If I can get enough resources. Okay, well, I have forests. I may as well do this. It's almost half my clones being put to work on this one project. Okay, it's the mystic one. It's the same. But it's going to get... Oh my gosh, but the everlasting lighthouse, that's the creation one. That's the one I really want. 1,250 water, 500 plants. Water and plants. Wait, I'm creating humans? I'm supposed to be creating villages. Towns! If you create a town, you might have already created too many humans. Oh, 5,000 humans apiece, huh? No village involved, though. Stone, plants, river, and humans. Huh. The villagers get forests. Huh. Anyway, let's buy some plants. Let's see. There. We'll just buy lots, okay? We'll just buy more than enough. Okay, so I don't have any more here. And then the tomb will, of course, demand my villages that I don't yet have. But I can at least see the mystic multiplier go up. This is a good argument for long runs. I mean, admittedly, the sheer ridiculous bonus that I'd get from rebirthing now. But, you know, whatever. We'll finish reading the story, see how far I can take this. This is making us stronger. Oh, even able to... Succubi are still killing my stuff. It's fine. Anything that gets me more divinity to purchase more stuff with. Holy crap. Okay. Interesting. It makes me wonder. Next time I'll have to bring down oh my gosh, I think I can bring down Poseidon. No, there's no way. I can't do it yet. No, there's no way. I can't do it yet. Not yet. Let's take the shot. I underestimated myself. Ooh, just before it expired. Just barely. Well. Yeep. Come on, scroll down. My gosh, the computer's running badly now, isn't it? Steve from Poseidon. Your rivers are not enough to prevent a planet from drying out. Create something bigger, like an ocean. Are you going to store your oceans in your dimension device? You're going to fly off, buy them from Poseidon, then fly them over to your monument world? Or something? I don't know. Or are you gonna make oceans? Where are you gonna put them? Oh my gosh, so much water, plants, fish, rivers? I mean, rivers lead to oceans, but weather systems are involved in that, and I don't know. Nations. Goddess of fate. She's also associated with childbirth, marriage, and death. Sounds like some knowledge you need to create a nation. I think you need more knowledge than that to make a nation. Probably some political things involved in there somewhere, but there's a lot of gods related to relationships, isn't there? But anyway. Well. Hey, over there! Do I have a squirrel? Okay, these are... yeah, okay. But I do get Cupid. Eros' little pet. It likes to shoot humans' little hearts and talks about something called love all the time. Also likes to eat chocolate and is good in divinity campaigns. Well, how are you? Drat it! Hold on. I need to do something about this. Let me see. Give me a couple hundred of these. Okay. Now I'll go back to you, my new pet. It's kind of creepy that you're a pet. Okay. I'm going to give you 10 clones. Easy. Total growth 33. Okay. I mean, I could do way more than that. But way stronger. Oh, the mouse is stronger. The mouse is much stronger than you. But you're not bad at food campaigns. This means you might have uses. Also, your mystic sucks. How's this? You can handle this much, right? Yeah, you'll be fine. If you could just get that mystic up a tad. Just a smidge. So I'm going to send you off on a campaign. Then tomorrow I'm going to try using that one campaign, the growth campaign between you two. And we'll see how that works out. Yeah, you kind of suck right now, but I'm sure you'll get better yet. Okay. There. Yeah. Okay. I need so much more. I'm not going to be able to build all these up. I'm not going to be able to get all of these. But that's okay. The monuments are clearly way more important. The monuments are clearly way more important. An ocean. This one takes 5 villages. This one just needs an ocean. The lighthouse will bring out its full use. Well, I mean, yeah, it is a lighthouse. I guess that makes sense. So this is the one I really, really want. Okay, let's just do that one finally. Okay, to make an ocean, I need 30,000 weakest water. Okay. Can I afford that? 30,000. Please? No, I'm not even close. I am nowhere near the capacity to do this. Alright. Well, that's that then. Oops, no. No, you guys done. Alright, I'll sort out building more of this stuff up later. Now, let's consider for a second. That one might not be so easy. I could get into might training. I could go into all of this, but that's not going to do it. No, that'll never work. No, there's no way. There's no way. Alright, well, I'm just going to set it up. And anyway, tomorrow we'll read the last of the story. We'll see how much further... Next time, we'll read the rest of the story. We'll see how far I can push things. And then we'll get one hell of a rebirth. we'll get into more stuff with pets. We're just going to really dive into all sorts of things. The last of my story. Until then, until next time and every time, this is Hadrix signing off. Bye.